My goal for this video is to show you how I turned this into this, and hopefully give you some guidance on how to start a long-term survival world along the way. So first, let's start with creating the world. I recommend creating 10 new worlds and picking the one that calls out to you, because you will get a lot of ocean worlds, and I mean a lot. After some old school generation in the wild, wild west, I found my perfect seed. I get inspiration from things like my favorite video games and real-life environments. I try to find pictures that bring out emotions that I can use as inspiration for my projects. Then I make a Pinterest board. Actually, I have quite a few that I keep updated as new ideas come to mind, even if I don't plan to start these projects for quite a while. Here are some I used for this build. From here, I create a palette and make the designs for the homes that I'm planning to build. Since this is the first town for the world, I make different homes for different interactable tools. I use easy to gather blocks and smaller designs to create builds that encapsulate a warm winter feeling. After a bit of exploring, I found a great location to start building. From here, I make a duplicate of the world in Creative to help make a blueprint for the town. I use wool blocks to color code different aspects of the town, and use signs to make notes about the builds. This is used as a draft for the town that I can adjust as needed. Before I start a project, I make a checklist with all the things that I want done, and I try to include any smaller details that I might want to work on over time. This helps me to not feel decision paralysis when starting up Minecraft. Any future projects I try to write down too, as it helps create goals and gives me time to think of unique ways to incorporate less used parts of Minecraft into the build. After building a few of the house's walls in my survival, I start working on my farm. Building it underground takes away from the potential to have more points of interest, but this allows me to expand the crops as I need without worrying about space. Now with the sugarcane growing, I can start making maps to explore the world. I need dark oak, but exploring also gives me a chance to break apart my time in the game. This helps to keep myself from getting burned out from building and allows me to interact with other parts of the game. While this isn't my first long-term survival, my goal for this world is to blend functionality and emotion on my upcoming projects. And I hope that these videos will allow others to get some insight into the decisions I make when building, or at least entertain you while you eat 3 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for your lunch. I also wanted to take a moment to show this oddly average-sized naturally generated mountain I found while exploring. No other comments here. After finding a dark oak forest, all that's left is to finish building the houses. The interiors of my houses are a small detail that adds a lot more life and comfort to this cold winter town. I made sure to include things like a fishing spot and an entrance to the mine that add touches to the town that I can interact with frequently. Here's the interior to the chest house. You pass by armor stands to reach the chest room for common blocks that I use for building. Eventually, my plan is to have many moving parts that breathe life into the build, plus an auto sorter. Here, the idea is to have the mine carts bring the items to the copper golems, which then drop it off into the giant present. From there, they'll get auto sorted into the individual chests. Next, I lay out my roads to better section off the town and get an idea of where I can add things to make the town feel fuller. I also have done a bit of terraforming around the village to better shape the terrain around the houses and expand my underground farms. This is where I start running into issues that I did not think about before starting to build in this biome. Things like snowfall, lighting, and the skeletons with slowness arrows. Because I did not plan to go around these issues, I had to go about the puzzle creating a different route than I originally planned for. Despite that, finding workarounds for these issues made a unique twist to the town that I was not expecting, like building things 1 block above ground level, or having less lighting sources around the town. I want to add color that will complete the current look of the town well. In order to get these colors, I need resources from the Nether. It took me a while to farm those resources, as well as create custom trees in my creative world. But at the end, it added a lot of life and color to the town. There's still a lot of detail that I want to add to the town's environment before I can call it complete, but I'm happy enough with the progress to move on for now. Most of my projects are truly never finished, and I can always come back with my new ideas. Eventually, I would like to add a large frozen waterfall in the back of the town, cover the mountains completely in snow, and add more nature and campsites in the town. I've added these ideas to my notes so I can circle back in the future. I was also able to do some things that I wasn't originally planning, like making this horse stable with the extra space that I had left in my town. Someday, I'd like to include a section on the mines, since it's a location I frequent, but I will save that for another video. I'm looking forward to making the next video on my apartments that I've been designing for the villagers. I've been cooking up this build for quite some time, so I'm really excited to show it off. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe if you want to continue to watch my world grow, and feel free to drop any ideas or questions in the comments. I hope to see you guys on the next one.